Show.
And I am Cameron Word.
Today is a special day. It is June 25th.
Yes, it is.
And that happens to be the anniversary of the Korean War.
Yes, the 75th anniversary.
75th, wow.
Yes. So this is, of course, a day to remember all those people who fought for their country, all of the way life has become better over those 75 years.
Sure.
And remember those people who, served their country, fought, and sometimes died.
And absolutely. And, of course, my mother's generation, saw that in their childhood. And so, it's such a big part of Korean history that I think a lot of young people really don't, know about. Because they don't know, they can only know it through their grandparents.
Right. Yeah. Like my grandfather was in World War II.
Oh, was he?
But he didn't really talk about it. And I think that's what it is, It's always a hard thing to talk about.
Yeah.
But even if it's not talked about openly, remembering and saying thank you to the people and their sacrifice.
Absolutely. And because of what's happened, Korea is what it is today, right? Okay. So today, of course, we have a daily life dialogue for you, and we are tightening our belts because the economy is not so great, and we want to save some money, reduce spending. Okay. And the subtitle is, we should pay off our credit cards. 신용카드 빚. 다 갚아야죠.
Yeah. Yeah, to pay off here means to pay back.
Yes.
You have a minus on your credit card balance, and you are trying to get that back to zero.
Yeah, that's right. But I have to say that in America, it is very, very common for the normal person to have a lot of credit card debt.
It's true. Koreans may not know this. I've never had a credit card at all, but I believe the Korean credit card system is a bit different than the American.
I agree.
As far as the percentage that they can charge.
Yeah.
Like the percentage in America for the credit card debt
can be really high.
It's like 25% a year.
It could be as high as 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really high.
So easy to get into super amounts of debt.
That's right. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about paying off our credit cards. And how about this expression? Have something in place. What does this mean?
It means you have something ready, something prepared to use.
Okay. And how about this expression? In favor of. If you are in favor of doing something.
If you're in favor of doing it, means you want to do it. Yeah, let's do this. This is what I prefer.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
So, now that we cut $500 from our spending, I think we should try to pay off our credit cards instead of just paying the minimums.
It would be good to have some money in place for emergencies.
But the faster we stop paying 23% interest on our cards, the more we can save.
I'm in favor of doing both.
That makes sense. And if we focus on being careful with our money for the next year, we can start talking about saving money for a house.
That sounds wonderful.
Here we go. We're on page 128. You can find our power dialogue there. Tightening our belts, we should pay off our credit cards. So Karen says, now that we cut $500 from our spending, I think we should try to pay off our credit cards instead of just paying the minimums. Okay, this is also another cultural thing that in America, you can keep all the debt as long as you pay the minimum payment.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what my friend did for years. She had like $40,000, like 5천만 원.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. And she had a really good job. So she would go on vacation and, just put it on her credit card.
Yeah.
And her minimum payment was only like $1,000. I mean, it's still a lot of money. But it's not 50,000 or 40,000.
Yeah.
So what is this minimum payment?
So it is the smallest amount that the credit card company will let you pay without getting in trouble,
Right.
without being punished. But the thing is you're mostly just paying the interest.
Yes.
이자만 갚하는 거지.
Yes.
사실 계속 그 금액이 점점 커지는 거예요.
That's right.
So the amount you're paying is getting larger and larger.
Yeah. But we do find that a lot of American people just pay the minimum.
Yeah. And my understanding for most credit cards in Korea, this isn't the case.
No, I don't think so.
Like every month you have to pay it back?
I'm not sure. They have like 활부, you know? You can stretch it out. 3 months, 4 months, but it's a little bit different, I find. Yeah, with the American card system. Okay, so we talked about this word pay off.
Yes.
So we can pay off our credit cards, which means to pay back, like you said. What else can we pay off?
Student loans.
Oh, yes.
Again, this is another type of debt. But if you go to school and it's too expensive, you take out a loan and you have to pay off your loans. Sometimes over 10, 15, 20 years.
This is a really big issue in American culture as well. A lot of students, most of the students have student loans.
Yeah. You can also pay off your mortgage.
Yes. That's
your
right.
house loan.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So any kind of loan, any kind of credit card, whatever it may be, you pay off.
Yes.
Now, if you pay it off completely, it means pay all of it back.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Now, what does Gigi say?
It would be good to have some money in place for emergencies.
Okay. Have money in place. Have something in place.
Yes. To have something prepared and ready to use.
Yes.
Here we're talking about an emergency fund. Your 비상금, right?
Yeah.
Just in case you have an accident, you have to go to the hospital. You need to have that money in place, ready to use as soon as you need it.
Right. Now here we're talking about having money in place. If you say everything is in place.
Yes.
Okay. That also means that it is ready.
Yes,
it's prepared.
It's prepared. We're just waiting for things to start.
Okay. All right. Karen says, but the faster we stop paying 23% interest on our cards, the more we can save. So a lot of these finance experts say, like, if you have any debt, it's like that's the first thing you got to work on.
Yeah.
Paying off the debt is the most important thing.
Right. Before you start investing.
Yes.
Just getting rid of debt. Especially at 23%.
That is super high.
So high.
Wow.
Yeah. So, getting that so it isn't taking away from your money.
Right.
Is the most important first step.
Absolutely. Okay, Gigi says, I'm in favor of doing both. So if you say, I'm in favor of doing something, you could just say, yeah, I think it's a great idea. Both are great ideas.
Yes.
Why would you say I'm in favor of it?
Well, it's shorter.
Okay.
But yes, the meaning is, I would like to do this. This is my opinion. So Gigi is saying, this sounds good, but I'm open to not doing it if you have another plan. So Gigi's saying, this is what I think. I'm in favor of this.
Okay.
I'm in favor of both.
Okay. So I think this expression is used when you have two things or a few things laid out, like in front of you. Like this is the plan or this is the direction that we're going to go.
Yeah.
And you kind of, it's very specifically saying, okay, I like to go with this.
Yes.
I'm in favor of this.
Yeah. And it's kind of a more, not formal expression, but it is a serious expression.
Right.
So I wouldn't necessarily say, I'm in favor of Chinese food tonight.
That's right.
Because what you're going to eat seems rather light.
Right. You just say, I'm in the mood for, or I want to have Chinese food. Yeah.
However, because this topic is about family finances, I think it is more appropriate because you're taking a plan of action.
Very good.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. There is a seriousness to this expression. And what does Karen say?
That makes sense. And if we focus on being careful with our money for the next year, we can start talking about saving money for a house.
Okay. Our power pattern today is that makes sense. Okay. Very common. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it
logical.
Seems logical, reasonable.
Yeah.
It's all of those things. All right. So they've reduced spending.
Yes.
They're paying off their credit cards. So hopefully next year they can start saving for a house. Well,
sounds like a plan.
欢迎 to them.
Yeah.
Let's listen to that one more time.
So, now that we cut $500 from our spending, I think we should try to pay off our credit cards instead of just paying the minimums.
It would be good to have some money in place for emergencies.
But the faster we stop paying 23% interest on our cards, the more we can save.
I'm in favor of doing both.
That makes sense. And if we focus on being careful with our money for the next year, we can start talking about saving money for a house.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, it's time for Power Note. We're on pages 130 and 31. To pay off something means to finish paying a debt or loan, usually in full. I paid it off. That means that you paid everything back.
Yes.
Okay. I finally paid off my student loans.
Congratulations. We should celebrate.
Yay! Okay. We're working hard to pay off the mortgage early. Yeah.
So with this pay off expression, it's for large purchases that you're doing the 할부, paying in installments.
Yeah.
Or it's a debt. So you would not use it for small things like a bill at a restaurant. I paid off the bill.
No.
You wouldn't use the off. I'd say I paid the bill.
Oh, that's a good point.
Except for medical bills. Because in America, you don't pay for it once. You usually do it in installments.
Yeah, because it's too high.
Yeah, pay off your medical bills a little bit at a time.
Speaking of medical bills, if you go to the emergency room, it can go up to as like $4,000 or $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Well, even getting in an ambulance.
Oh, yeah.
The 구급차, that's like a $2,000 experience.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So you can't pay it all at once, right? So I'm paying off the ambulance bill. Gosh. Okay. Alrighty. Have something in place means that it's set up, it's ready, it's organized. It's ready to go. What happens if there is a fire in the factory?
We already have a system in place for emergencies.
Okay. To have a system, have a program, have whatever it is.
Have a plan in
place.
place.
Have a plan in place. Good. She had everything in place before the guests arrived.
So there's a party.
Yeah.
She has the chips and dip set up.
Yeah.
She has the drinks. There's ice. She has napkins.
Yeah, snacks.
Paper plates.
Yeah, that's right.
The music is on.
The music? Oh.
The lights are turned down. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, you know how to throw a party.
I throw a good party.
You throw a good party.
Yes, to have something in place is often a plan. For example, many families have an emergency plan in place.
Yes.
If there's an earthquake, where I'm from, if there was a tornado.
Yeah.
My parents talked with me and my sister. If there's a tornado and we're not at home, where do we go?
Yeah. It's interesting because you were in an area where there were frequent tornadoes, and I lived in an area where we had frequent earthquakes. So I feel like even as a young child that you've just kind of grown up with this sort of emergency plan in place.
Yeah. At school, did you have earthquake drills?
All the time.
What do you do?
Cameron, all the time. We go under the desk.
Under the desk.
And sometimes we go out to the field.
Away from the building.
Away from the building. Yeah. So first we go under the desk. We go under the desk right away. Then after a while, the teacher's like, okay, to the field. And we all get in a line. This was like every couple of times a year.
Wow. We have the same for tornadoes.
Tornado
drills, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at us.
Look at us. We are prepared.
Different disasters.
Different disasters.
All right. If you are in favor of something, it means that you support it, you prefer it. You know, this is what you want. Okay. Hey, aren't you going to the company picnic this weekend?
I was planning to, but I'm skipping it in favor of some quiet time at home. I'm tired.
Okay. So in this case, it is like he's kind of serious.
Yes. So here we do need to look at the structure. The structure we had in the dialogue is I am in favor.
Yes.
So it had that be verb in favor of.
Be in favor.
That means this is my opinion. This is what I want to do. Here without the be verb, I'm skipping it in favor of. It's more like instead of. 대신에.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm not going to do this, so I'm going to do something else.
Okay. So I'm skipping it instead of, or I'm skipping it because I want some quiet time at home.
Right.
Okay. Many voters are in favor of stricter environmental regulations to fight climate change. So clearly in this sentence, it is definitely serious. It's political.
It's serious, it's political, and it has that be verb. The voters are in favor of.
Yeah.
So you're talking about their opinions.
That's it. All right. Our power pattern today is, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
일리가 있네.
Oh yeah, very good.
Yeah.
That makes sense. He wouldn't have left if he didn't have a good reason.
It's logical.
Yeah. There's a good reason why he left. Okay.
It's like that Chicago song. Understandable, understandable. You don't know Chicago?
Oh yeah, you mean the musical Understandable. Yes.
Yeah, not the band.
Not the band.
That makes sense. Bruising would indicate something hit the victim with a lot of force.
So they're trying to figure out, what happened in this crime scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Power vocab is the minimum, and we're talking about the minimum payment on a credit card. So the minimum payment, of course, the way it works is a little bit different from Korea and America, as we talked about. Okay? All right, do check out the definition on page 132. And where else should we go?
Please go to Audio Hakdang. We have some great programs in place.
Yes, in place. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't worry, it won't take you long to pay off the price to subscribe.
Look at you.
It's a very small amount.
Oh, very nicely said, Cameron. We'll see you at 6 later today on Evening Special. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.